Hi, I'm Abby with Virginia Tech's Physical Activity Research and Community Implementation Lab. Thank you for being here. Today I'm going to discuss a few safety tips for leading exercise classes with older adults. To remember the tips, we'll just use the acronym SAFE, S-A-F-E. S is for start slow and small. A is for accept. F is for frequent feedback. And E is for environment. So let's start with S. Start slow and small. When you begin the exercise classes, take plenty of time for warm-up. Start with a limited range of motion, start with slower, smaller movements, and then gradually build up. To encourage this sort of gradual warm-up, pay special attention to your tone of voice and the speed at which you speak. Keep your tone moderate and keep the speed at which you're speaking slower. Then as the workout amps up, you can accelerate those things. The second letter, A, is for accept. Accept where the individuals in your class are on any given day. This is really important for providing an environment that's inclusive for people of all fitness levels, ages, backgrounds. You want to encourage people to use weights or choose versions or modifications of the pose that suit their bodies at that day and time. This is really important psychologically so people feel like they belong and that they're competent. It's also important from a physical standpoint to avoid injuries. So we have S for start slow and small. So that's your thorough warm-up. A for accept, create an environment of inclusivity. Then F is for frequent feedback. As a teacher or coach, it's really important that you're fully present so that you are using all of your senses to notice what's going on and responding appropriately. For frequent feedback, keep it simple. You can use if-then statements. For example, if you feel wobbly, then use the back of a chair to help your balance. Or you can use verb, body part, where or how. Move your right leg forward. Lift your left arm over your head. So just keeping it very simple and straightforward with the if-then cues or verb, body part, where or how. In terms of the frequent feedback, think of a 2 to 3 ratio. 2 pieces of feedback that are positive and 1 that's corrective. Positive feedback can be technique oriented. So when you're praising someone for doing a technique correctly, great job, Jill, for backing up into the chair. It can be praise for effort. Fantastic, Sam. I love how you're focusing on whatever the exercise was on keeping your elbows close to your body. The positive feedback can also be just mood boosts when you are energetically adding sort of those good vibes to a workout. So everyone looks fantastic. Thank you for focusing. Let's keep it up. That would be positive feedback. Then about third piece of feedback you're given, that's where the correction comes in. That's where you're asking someone to change something or to adjust the way they're moving or do something a little bit different. So S, start slow and small. A, accept. F, frequent feedback. And E is for environment. Just like with frequent feedback, when it's important for a coach or teach to be present, observant, environment is the same way. So you want to look at the floor. Are there any tripping hazards? Is there anything slippery? Is there a carpet or a piece of tape or even a cord that someone might have to step over? Notice, is there a wall nearby for stability? Is the chair or other props that someone using stable and easily accessible? How close is the bathroom? Or is there a water fountain? You're going to really use all your senses to notice what in this environment may you need to adjust to keep it as safe as possible. Other pieces of the environment that you may want to consider are the temperature. So if it's too hot or too cold, the sound level, particularly for older adults, be careful with the level of the volume of music, or if you can hear cars or some other kind of ambient noise going on. Same thing with sight lines. With older adults, make sure that you're easy to hear, easy to see, that you're in direct sight lines. They don't have to turn around to see you or move their head to hear you. So you're going to really adjust those sensory parts of the environment that affect how much work they have to put in just to hear what they're supposed to do or your feedback. So those are our 4 safety tips. You have S for start slow and small. Get a thorough warm-up. A for accept, create an environment that's inclusive for all fitness levels, all ages, all backgrounds. F, frequent feedback. Keep it simple, keep it direct. try to use a ratio of 2 to 3, 2 positive feedbacks with 1 corrective feedback. And then finally, E for environment. Is there anything to trip over? How close are the weights? What's the temperature? What's the sound like? Thank you again for being here. Take good care.